Up next is Sean Tindall. He's CTO of Bulletproof InfoTech. They're out of Calgary, Alberta. And using, I think they've got all three of our modules. We've been using it about a year now. Sean, are you there?
Yep, I'm here. Thanks, Mark. Thanks very much.
Yes, sir.
So my name is Sean. I'm with Bulletproof. We're up in Canada. We've actually been around for quite a while. We were founded in 1987. We weren't always a pure play managed service provider. We did anything for anybody for a very long time. We've been focusing on managed services for about the last 10 years now. 19 employees. We service customers all over North America. Our focus right now is on 15 to 150 seats, specializing multi-site networks, fast growth companies, lots of cloud, lots on-premise still too, and lots of professional services, consulting, and projects. Next slide. So life before Network Detective was almost identical to what Scott described. Technical assessments were lengthy and tedious. It just took a really long time, and we were finding that the prospects were going cold. We needed to figure out a way that we could, strike while the iron was hot, while the customer was hungry for support. External security checks were being done with a combination of tools, and then I started to rely on the skill set of that technician. There was no consistency with what was being done. RMM tools, as pointed out by Jim, really difficult to get good, quick information out of them. Takes some time, tips off the vendor, things like that. There's just no easy way to gather that information in a quick way. Can we go to the next slide? So we use Network Detective for both free and paid network assessments. Like Scott pointed out, one of the things that he does is paid assessments. We did the same, but we were finding that just became a barrier. Even big companies would balk at $1,000, and it was just silly things. So we wanted a way to waive that when we could, as well as still, quickly and easily put together that documentation so that it didn't take a lot of our time. We put it in proposals for new business, supplementing, beefing up those proposals so that, lots of good quality information. We do recurring customer security audits. So all of our existing customers, we do semi-annual audits where we run Network Detective, take advantage of the change reporting, as well as all of the other reporting that just comes in every time we run the tool. It's essentially a value add to our security practice, and we can offer it out alone as a project to do a larger paid network assessment. Next slide. So one of the things that really spoke to me, from the technical side, because, as everybody's pointed out, it's great for, waving in front of customers and whatnot, but, I liked this example because it showed me that there's some technical chops behind what Network Detective is doing. And I found a serious issue with our own network, because just like our customers, we scan ourselves with the same tool. So we follow our own scheduled security audit with ourselves as well as all of our customers, because we offer cloud services and we have to keep our backyard clean. So we were running a routine scan on our own network, including the external vulnerability tool, when we found essentially SNMP enabled on the WAN port of one of our firewalls. That's shown on the next slide here, I believe. Oh, the details of the case. So basically, SNMP was found enabled, and there's a specific report that pointed this out. There's a vulnerability scan detail report in the network assessment documentation suite, and that highlighted that for us very clearly, and the next slide will show that. And I was certain that this was a false positive. Some weakness in the tool. It was detecting something that was not happening. As it turns out, we logged onto the unit, and sure enough, SNMP was enabled. There was still, a whitelist in place, but it was responding in a way that indicated to us that this feature was enabled, and so we very quickly turned it off. I thought that was excellent that it found it, and we were able to very quickly resolve the issue. So, and then there's an example of what the report looks like. So for me, the biggest recent win for us is that it helps us keep an eye on our own network as well as our customer networks. But just like the last couple of examples pointed out, both Jim and Scott, helps us win new and better business with less effort. And the nice thing about an experience like this is that we believe in the tool. We know it works. We get really excited about it in front of customers. Decreasing our effort on these assessments means, when we give out a free assessment to win a prospect, we can do it quickly. We can deliver quickly. We can be, from the time when we collect data to the time we present the report, under a day. Strike while the iron is hot, like I mentioned before. And not to mention the full suite of reports that come with a typical scan. It's an enriched security service. There's lots of information there. You can even drown a customer in information if you really wanted to. It gives us that ammo to help communicate our value, to build that relationship with the customer, and provides documentation that we can refer to if we discover a situation. We can go back and check out when and how it came about. And that's me. So thanks very much for this opportunity.
Thank you very much, Sean. Fascinating. So it helped you find a problem on your own network. But I also so you're running security assessments against a number of your clients then on a kind of a regular basis?
All of our managed services clients on a regular basis, yeah.
Fantastic. I love to hear that. Listen, thank you very much, Sean. Terrific story.